So good day everyone, I am MGMT TORRE and I'm here to talk all about management of work and safe welfare shipboard personnel. Introduction. This report examines the significance of key international maritime conventions, recommendations, and national legislations in the management of the work and welfare shipboard personnel. It focuses on the roles of International Convention on Standards of Training, Certification, and Watchkeeping for Seafarers, or STCW, the Maritime Labor Convention, or the MLC, and the IMO guidelines on the mitigation of fatigue and ensure the safe and health and well-being of seafarers. These instruments form an unified global framework essential for a safe and sustainable maritime industry. So let's move to the big picture, significance of international conventions. International conventions provide a globally recognized framework for regulating the maritime industry. The primary purpose of these regulations established by the International Maritime Organization, or the IMO, and the International Labour Organization, or the ILO, is to ensure the safety of life at sea, prevent maritime pollution, and protect the rights of welfare of seafarers. The conventions mandate minimum standards for training, working condition, and social security, which are then integrated into the national legislation of member states. This process ensures a consistent and enforceable level of protection for seafarers worldwide. So let's move to the STCW Convention, Fitness for Duty. The STCW Convention, especially for its provision on fitness of duty, is crucial for addressing the human element in maritime safety. It ensures that person with safety-related responsibilities are physical and mentally fit to perform their duties effectively, thereby minimizing the risk of accidents caused by human error. And second is mandatory hours of rest. The convention mandates a minimum of 10 hours for rest in any 24-hour period and 77 hours in any 7-day period. This is a cornerstone provision for preventing fatigue, a primary cause of maritime casualties. And next is fatigue prevention. It requires the element of watchkeeping systems designed to prevent fatigue. This includes ensure that individuals are adequate rested before commencing their watch. Next is alcohol policy. Strict limits on the blood alcohol content of personnel with design safety duties are enforced to ensure their clear judge and responsiveness are not impaired. The STCW provisions are fundamental to maintain a high standard of professional conduct and operational
The very
safety
first thing you
for
should do is
vessels.
complete your basic safety training modules and get certificate. In Marine Concept we offer STCW 2010 basic safety training for 5 days in Dubai. Under the authority and accreditation of FMA Federal Maritime Authority and DMCA Dubai Maritime City Authority as well. The STCW Standard of Training Certification and Watchkeeping for Seafarers is an recognized certification standard required by all seafarers working on commercial vessel above 24 meter, 78 feet in length including yachts as well. STCW Basic Safety Training encompasses 5 courses or modules designed to keep all crew safe on board. This aims you with understanding of the basic safety and survival skills necessary for anyone working at sea. 1. Personal Safety and Social Responsibilities PSSR. This module provides basic training about safety procedures and accident prevention. It familiarizes novice seafarers with duties and working conditions, health and hygiene, drags and alcohol, policy shipboard, management structure, and responsibilities. Emergency and safe working practices. 2. Basic Fire Prevention and Firefighting FPFF. The module in mainly focusing on understanding the risk of a fire on board, getting familiar with how to minimize those risks, learning how to fight and extinguish fire in the practice session. You will be learning how to wear firefighting equipment including personal breathing apparatus and use of fire extinguishers. Three, Elementary First Aid EFA. This EFA course aimed to give all person intending to G to C a basic knowledge of the immediate actions to be taken upon encountering an accident or other medical emergency at sea. Personal Survive Techniques PST. PST module consists of actions taken by crew members for self-protection against the sea, dangerous, personal usage, all kind of life-saving equipment, survival at sea and deployment and practical handling of life raft. Five, Proficiency and Security Awareness PSA. All seafarers employed or engaged in any capacity on ship that are required to comply with the relevant codes to contribute to the enhancement of maritime security through heightened awareness and recognized to security threats. All that you will learn during the STCW training could save your own life, a person next to you, a crewmate or guest.
So let's move to the Maritime Labor Convention, or the MLC. Seafarers' Welfare, often referred to as Seafarers' Bill of Rights. The MLC is a comprehensive convention that consolidates and updates international labor standards. It is a vital tool for ensuring that seafarers have decent work and living conditions on board. Management of young seafarers. The MLC provides specific protection for seafarers under the age of 18 recognized by their vulnerability. Minimum age. The convention sets a minimum of age 16 years for working on a ship. Night working prohibition. It prohibits night work for seafarers under 18 with some exceptions for established training programs to protect their health and well-being. Risk assessment. The convention mandates that the work performed by young seafarers must not be likely jeopardize their health or safety, requiring risk assessment to be carried out. Work and rest hours. Work and rest hours aligned with the STCW. The MLC includes provisions on work and rest hours to combat fatigue. It requires ship owners to maintain accurate records of hours work and rest, which are subject to inspect by flag and port states authorities. These records serves as a crucial mechanism for ensuring compliance and protecting seafarers from exclusive workloads. Recreational program. Recreational program, the MLC recognized the importance of healthy work-life balance for seafarers. It addresses the needs of adequate recreational facilities and leisure opportunities to combat the physical toll of isolation and demanding work. In continuation of recreational program, onboard facilities, the convention encourages the provision of facilities such as gym lounge, libraries, and internet access, while shore leave also emphasizes the importance of granting seafarers adequate shore leave when possible. These provisions are vital for promoting seafarers' mental health and
if you're working on shore, There are rules, regulations, and labour standards to protect employees. But what if you're working at sea? Here, the member states of the International Labour Organization and representatives of the ship owners as well as seafarers' unions adopted the Maritime Labour Convention. It ensures comprehensive worldwide protection of the rights of seafarers and ensures fair competition for member states and ship owners. The MLC covers working and living conditions on board, constantly inspected by Port State Authority. They cover age restrictions, medical certification and employment agreements, as well as working or rest hours, accommodation, on-board recreational facilities, food and catering, complaint procedures, payment of wages and more. All ships covered by the MLC are subject to inspections for compliance with all the requirements of the Convention. The country whose flag the ship is flying is called the flag state and has the authority and the responsibility to implement the global standards. Ships that are compliant with the MLC are issued a certificate by their flag states. Once a ship has entered a port of an MLC member country, it will be inspected and sanctioned for possible violations. This applies even to ships that are not flying the flag of an MLC member state. That is how seafarers' living and working conditions are protected by the Maritime Labour Convention.
So let us proceed to the IMO guidelines on the mitigations of fatigue. The IMO guidelines on the mitigations of fatigue provides a non-mandatory but highly significant framework for the maritime industry. They offer practical guidelines to help all stakeholders, seafarers, ship companies, flag states, and port states understand and manage fatigue effectively. Practical recommendation. The guidelines offer a tangible advice on optimizing watchkeeping schedules, improve accommodation design, and providing fatigue awareness training to the crew members. These guidelines serve as a practical component to the mandatory requirements of the TCW and the MLC, providing the how-to for implementing the convention's provisions effectively. Holistic approach. The guidelines recognize that fatigue is a complex issue influenced by a variety of factors and it's a shared responsibility. Root cause analysis. They provide tools for identifying the cause of fatigue, such as long work hours, poor sleep quality, and environmental factors like noise and vibration.
Fatigue is a state of mental and/or physical exhaustion, which can impact your ability to function competently. There are many factors that can contribute to fatigue, such as physical exertion, mental or emotional exertion, inadequate or interrupted sleep, illness or medications, drugs and alcohol. Symptoms of fatigue include difficulty concentrating and making decisions, poor judgment, slow reaction times, reduced perception and hand-eye coordination, and difficulty controlling emotions. Individuals suffering from any of these symptoms have an increased potential for mistakes, with a greater possibility for incidents and injuries to occur. Certain situations or roles within Ventia have an increased potential for causing fatigue, particularly those that impact on healthy sleep patterns. To ensure that fatigue is adequately managed in the workplace, Ventia has fatigue management practices in place to identify and assess fatigue-related risks and to implement controls for eliminating or minimising those risks. You can help manage fatigue in the workplace by practicing good sleep habits, maintaining fitness through regular exercise, avoiding drugs and alcohol, and seeking advice from a doctor on managing medical conditions that may cause fatigue. If you feel that you're too fatigued to work safely, you should stop work and speak with your supervisor.
In conclusion, the International Maritime Conventions and Guidelines (STCW) and IMO's fatigue mitigation guidelines are essential for a robust system of framework and welfare management for shipboard personnel. STCW establishes the foundation required for competence and fitness for duty. The MLC ensures decent living and working conditions with special provisions for vulnerability young seafarers. Finally, the IMO guidelines provide the practical strategies to combat the complex issues of fatigue. Together, these instruments create a comprehensive and cohesive framework that is indispensable for the safe, security, and sustainability of global maritime industry. So, this ends my report. Management of Work and Welfare of Shipboard Personnel. I am Engine Cadet TORRE, and thank you everyone. God bless.